Hey dudes, Silvite here, back again with another top 5 video. Recently, I shared my thoughts on what the worst types of players in Classic are. As expected, it ruffled some feathers and got some discussions going in my YouTube comments and over on my Reddit post. Well, today, I want to shift back to a more positive mindset with a top 5 of just the opposite. Before getting into it though, I'd just like to ask that you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss videos like this in the future. But anyway, let's dust off those old Good Guy Greg memes, because today we're going to discuss what I feel are the top 5 best types of players in WoW Classic. Let's get started. Number 5. Tanks who know how to mark and pull efficiently. Starting off our list here is the only entry that's solely based on player performance. In general, tanks are a godsend to most dungeon groups, but as I'm sure we all know, not every tank is the best at setting up marks or pulling efficiently. Sometimes they dawdle, waiting for everyone's mana, or simply don't mark any kill targets for the group to follow. They may pull too many mobs at once and expect the entire group to simply AoE everything without giving any notice to the actual group composition. So, when your group has a tank that can mark and pull mobs on the fly, you know you're in for a good time. When healers sit to drink immediately after one pack dies, the next group is already marked and ready to be slain. You glide through the dungeon like a hot knife through butter, and for dungeoneering, there's no better feeling than that. Number 4. Players who share mining nodes. As you may recall from my most recent top 5, I included node ninjas and Nazis, those players that either snipe a node from directly underneath you, or harass you for getting to it first. Well, here at number 4, we have just the opposite, players who share the nodes they get to with others. Now I know this isn't at all common in endgame, especially with arcane crystals being so darn valuable, but when someone else gets to an iron node first, but still lets you have a tap at it for a skill up or just to spread the wealth, it feels really damn nice. And by the same token, guys who round robin roll for nodes in dungeons or raids are pretty great as well. Number 3. Guys who park their warlock in various world buff locations before raid. Picture this. It's raid night, but you've been stuck working overtime for the past 3 days. You haven't gotten any world buffs, and you feel bad about not being able to get even a single one before you guys zone in. You log on 30 minutes early before the raid to get your invite, when suddenly you see this in your guild chat. Type 1 for a summons to ZG Island. Yes, at number 3 we have one of the godsends of my guild, the guys who park their warlock in world buff locations before the raid. These guys are just awesome. Though I personally don't enjoy the current meta of get as many world buffs as you can before every raid or else you suck, I definitely appreciate the effort that these guys go through to make sure that the whole raid team can get that extra edge on the big day every week. For good measure, I'd like to give a quick shout out to my guildies Sarcophagus, Abalam, and Thailrox for their constant effort on this. You guys rock. Number 2. DPS who is ready to tank or heal. You're spamming LFG for 20 minutes. The group is getting restless. Looking for one more Zulfaric. Need tank. Suddenly, you get a whisper. Yo, I'm Fury, but I can throw on a shield and tank if you want. Your group is saved. Yes, at number 2 we have one of the greatest players you'll ever encounter in WoW Classic. A DPS player who is ready to bite the bullet and tank or heal for a group even though they never intended to in the first place. These guys are awesome, and I'm sure we all really appreciate it when they step up like this. But it goes even beyond that, because from time to time in our dungeons and raids, we have tanks or healers die. When that happens, players like these step up again to the front lines to try and fill the void left by the rotting corpse of their party member. By off-tanking or healing for the group when things start to go awry, they prevent wipes and keep the run on the rails. Truly, they're the heroes we need, but definitely don't deserve. So, there are 4 of the most wonderful types of players out in Classic. But before we get to my number 1, I wanted to just share a few honorable mentions. Players who pass on upgrades for the good of the team. You could get an upgrade, but pass it to someone that could use it a lot more than you so that your team can make better progress. You're a really good guy. Just don't do it too much. Guild leaders who listen to their members' concerns. They're awesome when you have them, terrible when you don't, but really they should be in every guild. The posture or hydration check guys. I really appreciate you. Thanks for checking in on us. And number 1. Picture this scenario. You're almost done questing in a zone, and all that remains there are 3 quests in an elite area. You can't solo the quests, but you can't seem to find anyone else that needs to do them either. The reward for one of these quests is really great, so you don't want to abandon it. Desperately, you post once more in looking for group chat to see if there is anyone else that needs it. Then, you get the best response you could ask for. A high-level character passing through the zone offers to help. You smash through the quests, destroying all the mobs in your path. He checks in occasionally to see what you still need to finish it, and within about 10 minutes, you've finally completed the zone that you've been working on for so long. Grateful, you offer the stranger what little gold you can, as a reward for helping you. He declines, saying that he just likes helping people out, and hopes to see you at endgame. Then he mounts up and rides off into the sunset. Yes, finally, at number 1, we have my absolute favorite type of player in all of World of Warcraft. The high-level player who helps with lobby quests and dungeons just to be nice. I'm sure we've all experienced this at one point or another in our leveling journey, whether as the noob or as the veteran. These are the guys who will stop to help you kill mobs as they run around collecting herbs, join your dungeon group because they're bored, or even run all the way to you from halfway across the world to help beat up some tough demon because somebody helped them with it back in the day when they were leveling. Recently in Classic, boosting has really become the meta for leveling. And as you may remember from my last top 5, I really detest this type of pay-to-win play. That said, when a high-level player takes time out of their gold farming or dungeoneering to help out lobbies, especially strangers, in their quests or dungeons just because they want to be nice, that's awesome. And so, while all of the types of players mentioned in my list here are golden, I think that these helpers are the best type of player in Classic. So, there you have it. My personal thoughts on the best types of players in WoW Classic. As I've mentioned before, there's a lot of ways to play the game, and so long as you enjoy your playstyle and don't cause grief to others, there's no best way to do it, really. This list was purely my opinion, but I'd like to know what you think. Do you agree with my top 5? Are there other types of players that you think I should have included? What do you think are the best types of players in Classic? Let me know by leaving a comment down below. But anyway, that's it for today. If you liked this video or found it interesting, then subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Follow me over on Twitter for updates as well, and consider checking out my blog posts over on Blogspot, as that's where all of these videos start. Finally, if you'd like to see any particular Classic or Burning Crusade content going forward, then post a suggestion in the comments below as well, as I love exploring ideas suggested by viewers like you. In any case, thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and as always, take it easy, guys.